what might be a new recurring feature on Super 70 Sports based on the reaction that we got to the first one. Yesterday on the program, we talked about the Mount Rushmore of Jacksons that I posted at Super 70 Sports, and my selections were a little bit controversial. I chose James Earl Jones, George Jones, Tom Jones, and Deacon Jones. All right? And this one actually went up today for the Joneses. The Jackson one I posted yesterday. Who did I choose? Who were my Jacksons? I had Reggie. I had
Joe.
Help me, guys.
Joe.
I had Joe Jackson,
Samuel L.,
the pop singer, which confused everybody. Samuel L. And who was my other Jackson? We're going through all these surnames. I'm starting with the J's. I'm glad that everybody is so heavily engaged that they can remember my Jacksons, but there was another Jackson in there somewhere. Bo. It was Bo.
Bo, of course.
Bo Jackson was Vincent. My other one. And people took issue with me not including Michael, but I left Michael off due to, let's say, his personal picadillos. Just a little too weird for me, but somebody called me out and said I should have included Keith Jackson, and they're right. Keith Jackson should have made it. Joe Jackson would have been pushed off of the mountain by, whoa, Nelly, Keith Jackson's inclusion. But here is my Mount Rushmore of Joneses. So I don't know if I have regrets on this one or not, other than Tom Jones looks sort of like a cross between Steve Guttenberg and Greg Brady there. I debated if that was a good enough Tom Jones to even send it out, but the problem with these AI art renderings is next time around, it would have given me a better looking Tom Jones, and then there would have been 3 James Earl Joneses or something like that. So I just said, this is good enough. Damn it. So there's my Mount Rushmore of Joneses for us to consider today, gentlemen. And we've gotten a lot of response to this already. This one was just posted this morning. But as you can see here, what people are saying, David Burge correctly saying that Tom Jones looks like Steve Guttenberg. And I replied, same thing my girlfriend said. I asked her last night, I said, honey, is that Tom Jones good enough? Are people going to know who that is? We decided that it was good enough, but check out the comment right below mine there. That is Sean Cassidy commenting on his mother voting for Shirley Jones, who you may remember as Shirley Partridge, the matriarch of the Partridge family. Pete Krause Project says Basketball Jones is up for consideration. Some of you might remember that radio hit by Cheech and Chong from back in the day. And there's Sean Cassidy. He was one of the Hardy Boys, for God's sakes. Sean Cassidy and Parker Stevenson when I was a kid. This guy's a fucking legend. When I started elementary school, there were girls wearing Sean Cassidy shirts around. He was one of the heartthrobs of the 1970s. And I believe his dad, Jack Cassidy, who is one of the all-time great Columbo villains. If any of you fellas remember him, he was a Columbo villain 3 times. Columbo ultimately outsmarted him all 3 times, but I believed in Jack Cassidy's ability to win. Even when I watch a rerun now, I think Jack Cassidy's going to get away with it. So we appreciate the contribution there from the great Sean Cassidy voting for his mama in the poll. And let me go now, waste no time, going to the international streaming star who joins me for Nashville, Tennessee is, of course, Ronnie T-Shirts. And Ronnie, here's one that some people might have considered. Here's Tom Landry hanging out with Ed Too Tall Jones. Ronnie T-Shirts,
I'm gonna go
are there any guys cut. I'm missing here?
I'm going to go deep cut for you, okay?
All right.
Bobby Jones, Philadelphia 76ers.
Oh, I thought you were going with Bobby Jones, the all-time great golfer.
No, that's a good one too.
Which I was suddenly...
But I was a big Sixers fan in the, that kind of late 70s, early 80s, and he was a 6 man, right?
He was the best 6 man in basketball.
Yeah.
Hall of Famer coming off the bench.
Yeah, so I'm going Bobby Jones.
Yeah, either of those Bobby Joneses would be a good choice, but I would say the golfer has a better argument. He
Maybe a little
invented
bit.
modern golf, Ron.
Maybe
I
a little
mean,
bit.
there'd be no Masters without Bobby Jones, in addition to him making the Grand Slam a thing. I'm just so disappointed in that Tom Jones there. That is just happy 45-year-old Greg Brady is who that is. Look, let's bring in producer Tim and get his thoughts on keeping up with the Joneses here today on the program. Tim, I don't know. Any Joneses that you would nominate for Mount Rushmore consideration?
Me and Mrs. Jones. Mrs. Jones. Come on, man. Um, she's fictional, I
Very
understand
nice.
it, but I thought for sure she would make it for you. But I got a couple for you. SD. Remember SD, Special Delivery Jones?
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I
the
was
Special
wrestler. See, I
delivery.
remember
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I was a fan of him. I was a fan of JYD, but there's a couple other real quick. I would do she was kind of a gapper like me. Marion Jones, even though she was later disgraced and broke and all the other stuff.
How
And
about
I don't
Tommy
know.
Lee?
Yeah, that Tommy Lee's not bad either. Tom Jones definitely on it. James Earl definitely on it. I don't know about Jerry. You could do Jones for culture and sports, but I think you're pretty close, Ricky. I think the third and fourth are the toss up there. Yeah, Tom Jones are hard not to
I
get on
had
there.
Tommy Lee. I had Tommy Lee initially until I thought of Tom. And I bumped Tommy Lee in favor of Tom at the last moment. I felt like James Earl and George were locks for me, and then Deacon obviously was my sports pick there. I felt like I had to get at least one sports Jones, and so I chose the man who invented the term sack, fellas. Not only was
Did not
he
know that.
the greatest pass rusher of his era, he actually named the sack. So I
It's
felt
actually
like that was
surprising.
Rushmore worthy.
It's actually surprising that there aren't more sports Jones that are at a higher level of fame and accomplishment.
Daniel, not so
Yeah,
much, right?
Chipper Jones
Pac-Man, Chipper,
deserves
yeah,
a
Pac-Man, I like the
yeah,
yeah.
Pac-Man.
yeah, yep.
There are some that deserve consider. I mean, George Jones got pulled over. Didn't he get a DUI on a lawnmower one time?
Sounds
He
right.
was so fucking drunk. He was going to the liquor store driving his lawnmower. That's Hall of Fame first ballot right there. I knew
I can't
nothing
conf-
else about the man.
I can't confirm that, Ricky, but I'm hearing in my ear from Jared that we actually we have a submission. Believe it or not, good for you. It looks like Jerry Jones reached out
Oh
and sent in
wow.
his version.
Yes, I did. Upon consideration of the Mount Rushmore of Joneses, I felt in light of the incredible job that I've done in my 36 years as the general manager slash owner of the Dallas Cowboys that I would put myself on Mount Rushmore 4 times. I did consider putting my son Steven in the 4th spot, but I felt ultimately at the end of the day I deserved it more. Dallas Cowboys.
So there you have the words of Jerry Jones, who is going kind of off the board here and picking himself 4 times. So I guess, it's all subjective.